Welcome back to Empire Total War, Darthmod Ultimate Commander, and it's a Denmark campaign, as usual. I have to say that very carefully because I'm tempted all the time to say Poland Lithuania campaign. I don't know why, I don't know what does it for me. Something to do with the Darthmod maybe, I'm not too sure. But anyway, I have a plan. As usual, I've been thinking. It's always a dangerous thing, isn't it? I've been thinking about what I need to be doing next. And basically oops, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to have a look in there. Yeah, they are being replenished. I'd forgotten whether I was doing that or not. Okay, I've decided to take out Bavaria and Württemberg, but not in that order. So I've been looking around, like I do in advance, and I've found that Bavaria are allied to Austria, Württemberg, and Poland-Lithuania. Now that's the important one. Look down here. Württemberg are allied to Austria and Bavaria. No Poland-Lithuania. Okay. So, that's going to determine my policy. I'll explain in a moment. Let's just check that all the regions are okay to begin with. So the reason why I go into this kind of detail, by the way, is that some people say to me, how come everything falls so easy for you? I do this campaign, I do only 10 turns, and and that's it, it's all over for me, things like that. And sometimes I do things without really explaining why I do it. I try and explain everything, but sometimes I just do things even without thinking. So I mean, I don't know, what I'm doing really. But anyhow, the important thing is that that diplomacy is, as I say, very, very important. Oh, hang on, can I recruit 5 in there? 1, 2, 3, I can recruit 5. Great. So I'm not going to take I'm not going to take those out of there. I'm going to take, actually, take those minus him. Yeah, okay. That'll leave 6 places, won't it? We'll work that one out in a moment. Anyway, the diplomacy I do consider all the time. I do my diplomatic relations off screen because I can spend ages negotiating various terms for things, and it's just not worth it. Anyway, yes, we are going for Bavaria. Now, here's what I'm going to point out to you. For those who are interested, others obviously won't be interested, but you see this area here, this is Austria. I can't get through there without declaring war with Austria. If I declare war with Austria, I have all those other problems that I just explained to you before. If I declare war on Bavaria, yes, okay, Württemberg, Austria, and even Poland and Lithuania might become involved. Now they're a big danger for me because a lot of those very near to my towns and cities, so I don't want to be upsetting them. So what I'm going to do is 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I've got 5 of those in there. What I'm going to do is declare war on Württemberg. So I keep wanting to call them Westphalia for some reason. I don't know why, but anyway, Württemberg. What that will do probably is drag Austria into the war, but not Poland and Lithuania. That will mean then that I can cross this territory here because I'll then be at war with them. At the moment I can't enter there without declaring war on Austria. So by attacking Bavaria I'd actually be declaring war on Austria first, because in order to get through you'd have to do that. Or just declare war on Bavaria, of course, and then Austria will be dragged in. But anyway, do you see what I mean? These are the intricacies I don't normally discuss, really. But anyway, I just thought you might be interested in that. So get a couple of dragoons in there, because I'm hoping to leave this area fairly soon. This is one that I checked at the beginning of the video, just to make sure that I've got enough troops in there to be able to move on and do something useful. Now, the big problem with this area here is that we're exposed to the Spanish. I know the Spanish haven't got many troops in there, but they do have some. And with, I don't know what they've got in there, 3 infantry units, they might feel strong enough to be able to attack a place like this. And obviously it's important to me that they don't feel confident enough to do that. So I do need to leave some troops behind in those kind of places. Right, okay, well, the next thing I want to do is be in a position to help with an attack on this area here. You see he's got 2 units here. So what I want to do, again, is siege here and then attack there. Because by doing that, it means then that I can isolate that particular force and then attack this on its own. Now I'm tempted to just go ahead and do this, having explained what I'm going to do, rather than actually show it, but I'm not sure that would really work, but I'm not sure it would be as logical as actually doing it. My concern though is with these over here. Let's just have a quick check and just see what he's got in that army there. Because that one I'm highlighting now is the army that's going to take this one on. Yeah, it's all horse, isn't it? Look at that lot. Well, not all horse, but it's nearly all horse. 11 units. Wow. Now, obviously these will come on in assistance, but they'll take time to get there. And they'll be fully replenished by then as well, of course. Now, we've got artillery in here, but there's no way we've got enough horse to be able to take on that amount of horse. And also the artillery are probably going to get swept away, I would have thought, by all of that horse coming flying in. So it's probably not a good idea to send the artillery in there. Probably a good idea just to keep them out and have his horse exhaust themselves against my infantry, because my infantry squares should be decent enough to defeat them with the horse behind to go charging in through the gaps. That's probably the best way to do it, but so I'm thinking about leaving the guns behind, maybe just withdrawing them from the battlefield or something. I'm really not too sure. But what I do want to do is bring the army over, but leave enough in there to be able to support that town against any potential attack from up there. Now I do have these as well. So one possibility for me is, and there are no sort of poles threatening too much around there. There's a small force there. Well, small, it's fairly decent, but it's not really decent enough to be taking this force on. So what I'm going to do is move a few over to here and then take the rest down from here. So I'll reinforce this area with just say 3 from there or something, maybe 4. I'm not too sure. But anyway, main thing is we've got an army that we're going to take down to here for now. Okay, what happened then? Did they all go in there? Yep, and that's on red now. Oh, how red? Oh, -2. That should be okay, because I was thinking of moving 4 units down there anyway, so that should do it, shouldn't it? Okay, well, we're not going all the way. I'm going to go to maybe here. Oops, speed that up a little bit. Okay, to there. So we're in a position now where we can do a 2-pronged attack, siege there, and then attack there. Okay. Now, the attack down at the bottom there is set for Bavaria. I'm not sure if I got any troop. Yes, I did. I got the infantry in there. You're going to be saying, what are you talking about? You've only just done that. Focus. Okay, I'm focusing. Right, okay, so I've now got, what is it? Over 7,000 in the pot there, nearly 8,000. I've stopped saying that recently. I haven't known that phrase, the pot, in the pot. I think I'm going to need to get, say, perhaps in here as well. Dragoons in here as well. I know it's costly, but I think it's going to be important to do. And then I'm going to get, say, what did I say? 4 from here? Maybe even 5. Should I risk 5? No, don't need 5. Come on, 4. Okay, so just put those into there. That should be enough to defend that. Or, more to the point, enough to convince him that it's defended. That's the thing. Even if they're not really a substantial enough force. So I'm going to get some more dragoons in here. Crazy, I know, but I need these dragoons to, you know, settle these places after I've taken them. So that's all I've got planned. Plenty of money in the pot there, but this turn I intend to take, not this turn, sorry, this video, I intend to take 2 territories, so I want to keep some money spare for building back those economies. So, okay, let's see what the enemy makes of that one. I don't think I need any more negotiations. No. This is just coming on the tail end of the last video, of course. I've done the moves. Everywhere seems fairly settled. A lot of it depends on, of course, what everyone else is going to do. Anybody could declare war on me at any time. The worst for me right now would be Poland, Lithuania, because they're right next to my most exposed towns. If they do that, I just have to let those towns go and then move Europe along from natural border, well, not natural borders, from the borders that I've got at the moment, and then just sort of gradually retake that part of Europe. But at the moment it's all very sparsely populated, well, at least with troops anyway. So there's Poland still wandering around. What on earth are they doing? I'm tempted, if we've got a military access agreement, to raise 5 armies, put them all in his territories, and then just whack every one of their towns and cities all in one. So all those armies that are in my regions will then disappear. I could just cancel his military access. They had it as part of the original alliance. If I do that, then all those big armies, sure enough, they're going to leave my towns. They're not going to be next to them anymore, but they would then be next to his own towns, which would strengthen his defensive position. So it's a bit of a gamble, really, as to which way that one goes. But you always have to have in the back of your mind that France is now owned by us, including Alsace-Lorraine. So basically, the French holdings at the beginning of this campaign now belong to me. The Swedish ones do as well, and the British ones. They're the most important ones to me. It's like I own 3 countries. Yeah, so at the start of the game, Sweden, Britain and France. I know I've got other bits and bobs all over the place, you know, Prussia and areas like that. But Prussia is the vulnerable one, like I said, and you know, because that's all part of Central Europe. What's that, punch card loom? Well, why not? What's this one? Interesting political comment of the day of mine. You know, so it's inevitable that politics will get into these videos. But here's a point that I haven't heard anybody say on the radio. So it's breaking news from the WebG6 channel. No, seriously though. It's a thought that I've had, and I haven't heard anybody else say this. Right, so it might be of interest. It's going to be a couple of days old by the time you hear this anyway, and of course we've only just heard what's happened in Europe. We only heard it this morning. So what's that? Trait gained. Gentleman scientist. Oh good, right, where's he? He's in there. No, he's not. He's already in there. Must be. Right. Okay. Trait gained. Right, what's this? Recruitment report. Rhineland. Yeah. Venetia. Hanover. Right, okay. Yeah, they're the dragoons that I wanted, weren't they? Construction report. Craft Workshop Weavers, Lyon in France. Very good. Agent recruited. Do you know, I think I should have got some more pleasure gardens in France, you know, instead of building those cottages and churches and things, but never mind. Maybe think about that in the future. Where are we? Yeah, I need to perhaps upgrade those churches, don't I? We're not in the green yet. Oh, we're still in the yellow zone. Right, okay. I need to be launching my attacks here now, and my attack at Bavaria. I remember what I said before, let's just double check the diplomacy. I know I haven't told you yet about my theory about the European situation, and I haven't forgotten, don't worry, but let's just have a quick check. You're probably not interested anyway, but Russia, Spain, United States, now, who were the important ones? I think it was Bavaria. I think, let's have a look, where are you? I thought he was alphabetical order. Oh, hang on. Missed off the top. Oh dear. Now, allies. Yep, okay, still Poland, Lithuania. Right, okay, but the allies of Württemberg are still Austria and Bavaria. Brilliant, okay. Right, well, let's do first things first. We'll declare war on Württemberg. Okay. Didn't have a trade agreement, no. I'm not going to call allies to help. Right, let's see what happens here then now. Main thing is Poland and Lithuania won't become involved. Right, Bavarian trade agreement is cancelled. Trade agreement cancelled with Austria. Ah, they've joined them. Right, okay, that's good. I've got to go across Austria anyway to get to Bavaria, and I want to take those two places out, as I said before, both at the same time. So, right, okay, let's start with, come on, in you go, quickly as you like. I think they're the dragoons, are they? Yeah, they are. Right, okay, so it's this force here, fully replenished of course now, over to here. And what I'm going to do is siege that for now. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is attack that force there from those up there. I might need a general. I might need... Yeah. Do I need one if I've got those? I'm not sure. Okay. There's no way I can not have those involved in this action, you know. They're going to come on regardless of what I do. I obviously don't want them there. I certainly don't want those guns on there because he's bound to chuck. You've seen what happens with horse. They will chuck. They'll go all the way around me. They'll find the guns somehow, and I will lose those guns, and that would not be clever. Okay, I'm gonna leave the guns behind, go in without them. But let's get a general. Oh, can I afford one? 17,000. Should be able to, shouldn't I? Let's get a general then. Okay. I'm going without the guns. Now they're going to come on as reinforcements, of course, but I don't think that's going to be a problem for us. Because I'll simply withdraw them when they start to come onto the field. Right, okay, I need to be careful of that gun when it starts to come onto the field as well. But I've got other guns, so I'll have these come on in the meantime. These are horse, they'll be very useful. I'll withdraw that one, keep these. Anyway, yeah, he's just got one infantry unit. These are just provincial horse. They're not even as good. What's that? 8, 11, 11 and 5. My regiment of horse, 10, 12, 14 and 7. I don't think I've got any provincial, they're all line. So my horse should all be better than his horse. Yeah. Similar numbers, of course. We've got some chevrons as well amongst ours. Ah, now these can't form square. Right, so I need to be careful where I line those up, you know. But anyway, let's go for this. Right, just a bit of thinking time. There's some of the things that I miss out normally because I think, well, you know, I do them sort of off camera. You know, I do that thinking, if you like, off camera and don't explain it. So I just thought I'd mention it this time, just in case anybody's interested. But anyway, my theory on Europe. Here you go. Well, that's just winding up, if you like. Oh, it's nearly there actually. My theory on Europe is that what Europe want to do, fairly sensibly, is say to countries, you can only borrow over 3% above your gross domestic product. Right. So in other words, whatever you manufacture, whatever you sell, yeah, you can only borrow 3% above that amount. Yeah. Basically because they're thinking, well, we don't want countries to be able to borrow more than they can actually pay back. You know, like Iceland did from Britain. Well, there's your clue. Iceland did from Britain. Right. Now, Britain has a very low gross domestic product, which means that if it was to accept those rules, it would only be able to borrow proportionally a smaller amount of money than other countries. Now, bearing in mind our credit rating has been maintained as high, we've managed to keep it high, AAA or whatever you call it, higher than probably all of the countries at the moment, all the ones that I know of anyway. Yeah, that means that we can borrow money at, let's guess a figure, if we borrow £10, yeah, we have to repay £1 per month on it, just as an example. Whereas if we lend money to someone else, yeah, then their rating is less. They can't borrow it at the same rate as us. So we can lend money to those other countries. So if we lend £10 out to another country, they have to pay us £2 back. So what we do is we borrow £10 and agree to pay back £1. We then lend that £10 out that we just borrowed to someone else, yeah, and want £2 back. Yeah. So in simplistic terms, we're making more money. But if the amount that we can borrow is dependent on our gross domestic product, then we're stumped. 10% of the income of our country, 10% of the taxes raised comes through the financial services industry. In other words, Britain is becoming the moneylenders of Europe. We had no choice. We had absolutely no choice in the decision that Cameron has just had to make. What he needed was to get an exception for London and say, look, the problem with us is we are a financial economy, so we can't have the same rules as other people. We can't have our borrowing based on our economy. It's just not going to work. Now, France and various other countries have had exceptions because their farming cultures, you know, sort of special exceptions have been made for them. Europe was not prepared to make an exception for Britain. Now, you can understand why. Europe needs to pull itself under control. You can't have the Germans bailing out the other countries, like Greece or whatever, all the time. You can't do that. So, it wouldn't work. The only way this could work would be if David Cameron could broker a deal with Europe on this that would be suitable for us. he couldn't do that, yeah, for whatever reason, yeah, and I think Europe would have known that, and I think what's happened is Europe have decided this is a way of getting rid of Britain, you know, and cutting out the moneylenders, yeah, and the effects of the moneylenders, and I think that's what they've done to us. And to be honest with you, I don't see how anybody can blame them. I manage my finances that way. I don't do money lending, you know, so I don't do money lending, I don't do money borrowing, so I can understand why Europe's thinking that. Anyway, here we go into the battle. I'm expecting horse to come flying at me at any minute. Sorry it took me so much time to do that, but I was just getting them into order. Right, now what's coming on, that's what I need to watch out for. I've grouped all of these, partly so I can get them in a decent formation, but also so that I can see when something else comes onto the field. I don't want him, so I'll withdraw him. Okay. Come on, where are you going? Here. Right, he's here. Now, if he's going to simply stand there, we're going to have to advance towards him. What he wants me to do is be on the move. That's the problem. Because by being on the move, he can attack me. Infantry are much more vulnerable when they're moving. What's that? It's my general's bodyguard. Oh great, that's because I've been talking, isn't it? I've managed to put the general's bodyguard on the flank of my army for some stupid reason. Right, I'm going to get these wherever they are. Oh no, they're way over there. There's no way they can come on there. Absolutely no. Is he charging his horse at them yet? Bet you he is. If he isn't, he's stupid. Yeah, they're there, aren't they? Right, okay. That's ridiculous, isn't it, that they're coming on over there? That is amazing. Come on. Lesby Avenue. That's where gay girls live, that. Lesby Avenue. You know? Lesbian Avenue? Oh dear. Wasn't funny the first time, was it? Okay. Yeah, so anyway, the important thing is we've become the moneylenders of Europe. Did Europe know this? Did they know that Britain could under no circumstances accept these terms and conditions, and that's why they refused? Or did they think they would get Britain to change somehow? Is that what was going on in the back of their minds? I really have no idea. No idea at all. Anyway, I think I'll just speed that up a little bit, just to get those into position. In fact, let's get them over here. Right, what this is going to be now is a process of inching towards the enemy over there till I can get to a point where I can fire at them. If he goes for that gun up there, if I see anything go that way, then that gun withdraws, because it's a waste of time anyway. Like I said before, guns are a bit of a liability in this. I need to ungroup these now, click away from them, right, and then regroup them. And the reason for that is I want my general to be in the position I've just put him in, rather than the stupid position I had him in before. Oh, sometimes I have this problem when I've got it on high speed, or a higher speed anyway, so okay. Group them now. Yep. Okay, good. Now, hopefully, they'll go into that formation when I move them next time. Now, I want to be sort of square on to them like that. So let's see if I can arrange that then. Come on, why won't you move? It's not going to let me. Convinced, but we'll see. Okay. I just want to be sort of level with his formation, that's all. No, that's not going to do it, is it? Well, let's have a look anyway. Speed it up and then we'll see how level we are when it's done. That horse looked like they're going a bit too far forward, didn't they, actually? Right. Okay. Where on earth are they going? Look at that! Oh, that's ridiculous, isn't it? I'm surprised he doesn't attack me there. It's a perfect position for him to go for me now, isn't it, with the flank exposed like that? I might just unlimber that and see what happens. Can't reach anyway. Yeah, even firing ball they can't reach. Right, here he comes. Is this it? Right, normal speed now. Okay. It's the horse, isn't it, that's out of position. Let's get them behind there. The horse seemed to want to change from one flank to the other for some silly reason. Right, in he comes, I think. Right. All those that can form square are going to form square. But all of them? I think so. Yeah, Grenadiers can't. So they're going to have to remain in that formation. Horse behind, ready to charge through. It's not bad. It's not bad, that. I'm happy with that, I think. I thought I had more. No. I thought I had more Grenadiers than that. Obviously not. Right. Here they come. Right, so put them all on melee as well for when his horse do finally go in. Right. Now, let's see what happens. The squares should be okay. 214, 225. Right. Line infantry, general's bodyguard. Right, now these here should be able to do some massacre. These are the ones at the rear, by the way, the ones that came on as reinforcements. Yeah? Okay. That one there, I might as well limber him back up again. He's not going to be doing anything during this battle, is he, at all? It's the flanks of the Grenadiers I need to watch out for most of all, so I'm going to charge into those, because I don't want that flank exposed, because he's bound to go for that. Okay, and... Okay, he's broken there on my squares. 38, 39, 204, 225, so we didn't lose too many. We still lost a decent amount though, you know. It's not really acceptable. See what I mean? How squares are nothing like as good as they are in other Total War games. So, right, I think he's bound to be on a loser now, isn't he? So, what about... Are they heavy? They're heavy. Okay, well let's get those in against those then. People have said to me, when you charge through here, through your own squares, you damage your own squares. They might be right. 205, 206, so I'm going to stand if I can. I couldn't stand and let him just go at the Grenadiers, I'm afraid. That would have been very silly. Right, okay, who are these then, in here? Right. I don't know where my horse are that are supposed to be coming over. Oh, they're over there, are they? Oh, another one coming over there. They're going a bit slowly, aren't they? I'd like to go a little bit quicker than that, please. Now, are you going to fire? Hey, look at that. Not doing any firing at all. Normally, they can still fire when you do that. Okay, I'd like a shot in against those, please. Look as you like. Good. And those as well, maybe. Yep, thank you. They're gone now? Right, shattered. Excellent stuff. Okay. Normally, when you put them on attack like that... Oh, hang on. Are we being attacked from more than one place at once here? Right. Okay. Come on, Horse. Why aren't you doing your bit? Right. Okay, I'm going to have to charge them through there, I'm afraid. Okay. What on earth's happening there? Line infantry are down to 122, and they've now come out of their square formation. Why do they do that? You might well ask yourself. Yep, so there you go, you saw that, didn't you? That was line infantry defeated when they're in square formation by horse. Now, that's unusual. What should happen, as I explained once before, I'm just going to battle on that one, once before, is that the horse should really go... Oh, it's gone off now. Imagine there's your square. The horse should really sweep around the squares like this, and if they did that, I'd checker my squares so that other ones could shoot at them. But they don't do it. They break straight in and straight through, and they start to kill your infantry. So I don't know if that's a Darthmod innovation or not. I just don't know. But the cavalry units are much bigger, and so anyway, success on my part, but not as successful as I'd like it to be. The greatest success for me of that battle really was that that I didn't lose any artillery. That's the main thing. Oh, and the other thing is that unit is far enough away from here so that it doesn't influence this battle on here. In fact, I'll move into position there now as well. Those there. Right, now, you know I raised infantry. Good reason for that. And that's because infantry move further than everything else, as you know. Now, I do want to put a general with these, but I'm going to get them into position first. Yeah, I knew they wouldn't be able to reach. We are at war now with Austria, of course, because they declared war on us. But we managed to avoid, as I said before, a war with Poland and Lithuania. Right, now, what I'm going to do is bring... Well, probably bring all of those on. Oh, I didn't add a general. Should we give him a general? Can I afford it? Yeah, I think I can. Yeah, it's better, isn't it, with a general in there? No, hang on a minute. Let's get all of those and the general. And a couple of units of horse as well, just to make certain of it. They can't reach. It's basically because the horse can't reach, that's what it is. Stupid, isn't it? Right, okay, so continue siege. Now let's see if they can get in there. Sometimes they can, you know. I know it's silly, but sometimes they can. No, he can't go in. Can he? Yep, he can get in there now. And so can he. Can he? No. I don't know about these. Let's just try. Oh, look! Huh. I don't quite know what happened then. We're ending up in a bit of a mess now. I don't think... Yeah, I want to try and get him in there. No, he won't go in. It's me fiddling about, isn't it? No, I can't. He's stuck on his own now, but... Anyway, never mind. Main thing is... What's that? Trait gained. Yep, thank you very much. Trait gained. Thank you very much. Oh, no, I'm at 35 minutes. I haven't taken the territory yet. I'm desperately trying to keep my videos down to half an hour. Right, okay. Well, you know what's going to happen, don't you? Well, let's abbreviate all this. I'm going to go in there and shoot him from a distance when my artillery get into place. So we're just going to blow him away. And over here, same scenario. I'm going to go into there and I'm going to blow him away from a distance yet again. I've even got support from this one. In fact, when this battle's over with that support from there, I might even move some of these men. You see these here? I might move them over to assist in that attack there, because you never know, the artillery that's in here that I didn't use. Oh, on second thoughts there aren't any artillery in there. But, you see this unit here? They could move on and assist with that attack, and their artillery could be brought on, and I'll move those in. So, okay, expect when you come back onto this to see that I've taken this area here, taken that one there, and that these troops have come through there, and they're into there, and these troops are into there. Because believe you me, these battles are going to be dull. What's going to happen is I'll stand at a distance, they'll stand there and take it, and I'll just pummel them so they'll have nothing left, and that'll be the end of it. Now, it's nothing more boring for you to watch, and it's going to take hours to do each one of these battles because the artillery takes ages to kill all the men, as you can imagine. So I'm not going to ask you to suffer watching that, but I'm just sort of introducing you to the idea that those two places will have fallen when you next look back into the game, and I might just sort of replenish the places as well, and then end the video. But anyway, there you go. It looks like Württemberg and Bavaria are about to go out of the game. Let's hope so. Well, as promised, that's the end of the second battle. I don't know if you want to see results. They're all pretty nonsense anyway. It was only artillery and howitzers that did anything. So, well, it's all artillery, isn't it? I don't know why I say artillery and howitzers. The howitzers are artillery, aren't they? Anyway, I said that I'd show you just repairing these. I shouldn't have to replenish any of the troops. Nope. None of them anywhere. No, I can't even get round them, can I? No. Everybody's absolutely fine. I could do with putting one or two more men in there, though, really, couldn't I? Just to make the place a little happier. Can I get any in there? I've got room for 8. Oh, yeah, they can go in, can't they? Any of these? No, I'll leave those, actually. Maybe I'll join them up. That's better, isn't it? Keep them a bit more protected. Ah. Now, what do I put in there? Can I move all those into there? No, I can't. Okay, I said I got room for 8, didn't I? So, loads of these can move. So, I reckon if I move all of those to join him... Oh, no, they can't get there. Blast. Okay, these here. If I can get those into there... Right, that makes up my 8, so that's good, isn't it? And then these... I don't know, perhaps just put a couple of horse in here, maybe, just to sort of square him up a bit. It just seems a shame, doesn't it, to leave him completely exposed like that. These look like they've taken some hits, actually. I don't know when they took hits. Can't imagine. 17, it must have been from before. I don't think it's been from anything I've done this video. Right. Okay, well, that's it for that. Oh, one thing I will check, one last thing. Let's just make sure that we haven't got any strange buildings in it. Well, we'll get rid of that for a start, because the university is just going to cause us problems. It's just going to make us unsettled. So that's that gone. Any church buildings we don't want? No, we're okay there. The other place I took, do you remember I said I'd take it and then move my troops on to here to assist in the attack? That's exactly what I've done. So just repair that one. And anybody in here needs to be replenished. Ooh, 1,325 there. That'll be from that attack up there. Do you remember? This is the force, by the way, that attacked from there, from up the top. From, was it Cologne they came from, or Hanover? I can't remember now. I think it was Cologne, wasn't it? Oh, no, I'd forgotten about those. Let's put those in there. Still not settled though, is it? -3. I think I raised dragoons elsewhere as well, didn't I? Just in case, actually. I don't know how happy they are. Whoops. How happy they are. 0. I don't know. Can I take any out of there? Shall I try? I'm going to here, so let's just see which way they'd go. Right, up to the bridge. Yeah, they're okay. Oh, good. Right, well, should only be 1 now. Yes, it is. Oh, if I can get 1 more dragoon. I wonder if Paris can reach. It can't, can it? Just can't quite get there. I know people will say, why don't you go through towns and buildings and stuff, but I've found that doesn't work. I haven't got any more in there, have I? No, I haven't. What about here? Yeah. Aha! They're on green as well. Oh yeah, definitely having that then. Where was it? Here. Yep. I think it was there, wasn't it? I think so. Okay. Oh, brilliant. Right, okay. Stable. Right, it's just this place is not stable. And it's pretty darn unstable as well, minus 19. Did I check the other buildings in there? Modern University, is that the one I'm destroying? Let me just double check that. No. What? Nothing else in there, is it? That's strange. I thought I was destroying that, or maybe it's the other one. Was the one in here as well? Let's just double check. Yes, it's that one, isn't it? There. Yeah, it is. So they both had universities. They both had modern universities, didn't they? Yeah, that's been destroyed. Yeah, it's just worth the double check because it makes it a lot more difficult to settle places. So that's 2 places now unsettled. Region captured. Yep, we know about that. Trait gain. I should have looked at that, shouldn't I, really? Region captured. They're the 2 regions I've just shown you. Trait gained. I'll look at that. Ancillary. I'm just going to escape those away. Trait gained. Trait gained. Right, okay. 41 minutes. I wanted to try and... I'm still desperately trying to do the half-hour video. I probably need to recruit some more troops here now. I might even go for a peace with Austria because I'm not ready yet, I don't think, to take the Austrians on. Just a little bit too far away from me. And I don't want them to be at war with me when they should really be fighting the Ottomans. So, let's just have a look there. I'm not at war with anybody else there. Good. And I'm only at war with Austria, and I think Austria have only got like 2 regions. Oh, 3 they've got. There's 2 there, and then their capital, because you can't sell your capital, of course. So that's so they've got 3 regions, and they'll really be under the cosh from the Ottomans. Let's see how many regions, as a matter of interest, the Ottomans have got. I bet you they're doing very well. Regions. Look at that lot. That's in Europe alone. They've probably got some in Asia as well, have they? Oh no, they haven't. No, they haven't. But I mean, that's a lot anyway, isn't it, in Europe? So they're doing pretty well. That'll be theirs as well, of course. Rumelia. Okay. I think I'm going to call it a day at that, folks. We are getting nearer and nearer. 27 out of 40. That's 2 regions taken in one video there. It's consolidated my condition so much better. It really has. I'm not happy with Flanders. I'm really not happy that the Spanish are right in the middle of my territory, which is, I can't even find it now. Far too far over to the east there, aren't I? Over this way. Here you go. It's this place here, because it's probably quite wealthy. 1,085. But it's got access to France, that's Paris. It's got access to Amsterdam, the Netherlands. And it's also got access, probably, to, well, it has, Strasbourg as well. It could make a mess. It could attack any one of those places, and even this one is worth 1,360. You know, so I mean, 2,000 and odd that one. I think France is worth about 4,000, isn't it? I mean, it's worth a heck of a lot. Nearly 6,000 France is worth. So I mean, that is a real risk for me. That has to go. Other than that, my position is much better consolidated now by taking those 2 places than it ever was before. My big problem now is Poland. Poland are just too much of a threat everywhere where they are. Surely Poland are going to start going for things like East Prussia. I mean, look at that, 2,381 it's worth. I mean, I'll murder them if they do, of course, because they'll leave themselves a bit exposed in various places. So I'll defeat them, but you know what I'm like. I don't like to lose any territories at all, really. So, yeah, just being a bit miserly about it. I don't want to lose anything. I might just go for a peace though with the Austrians, just to sort of cheer them up a bit and make them fight the Ottomans a little bit more. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and I've still got 6,642 in the pot to think about spending.